Hello, Liberty family. How you doing? My name is Devon Hollins, currently in Atlanta, Georgia, and I will be speaking on the topic of domination or distraction. And that's in regards to really electronics, period, but specifically cell phones and tablets. And so the analogy I want to make, myself and my wife own a family in-home daycare. It's called Great Strides Academy. Lovely place where we teach children how to grow and learn and all that good stuff. And so out of the daycare, parents, you know what this is. It's called a walker. And so I took the privilege of taking it out of the daycare. Nobody really knows. I need to hurry up and get it back. So the average age of our children is between about 10 months and a year. And so around that age, we know that children start walking. They get curious. They get a little confident. And so the walker helps them with their confidence. It helps them with their balance. It helps them with their gait. And so the walker was created to be an addition to their lives because it's an aid. It's going to help them walk. Now, are they going to use this forever? No, they're not. It's just to get them started. That's all it is. It's an alternative, or it's an addition to what they currently have. And so the analogy of the walker goes directly to the cell phone and the tablet. The tablet and the cell phone, as far as in my children's life, I have a 13-year-old boy, 12-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl. Their cell phones and their tablets are supposed to be additions to their lives, additions to their brains when they want to research something, when they want to know something, when they want to investigate something. They can go to their tablets and Google it. They can go to YouTube if they don't know how to do something. If they want to read a book, anything that helps them add to their lives or to their intellect, the cell phone is there for that. But of course, on the flip side, there are things that they can look at, that adults can look at, that are a hindrance to their lives or would be considered negative to their lives. Pornography, videos with a lot of cursing in it, videos with a lot of women who are being disgraced, gyrating, movies that are not appropriate for the children. There's a lot of things that they can look up and look at that is just not appropriate for children, or for that matter, a Christian. And so the analogy of the walker and the cell phone or the tablet goes hand in hand, because that walker is something that was created for good. If you allow your toddler or your baby to continue using that walker, that which was made for good becomes a hindrance, because that child or that baby has relied on that walker when it was just supposed to help them get started. And so the parent has to monitor the time span that that child walks and uses that walker. It's just a motivator. Same thing with that cell phone and that tablet. Parents, we have to monitor our children as far as the electronics go. They can't have full access. The tablet and the cell phone have to be rationed out, and we have to watch what they're watching, what they're being exposed to. If you allow them, just so they can get out your hair, to have these instruments full time, we don't know what they're looking at. And of course, like in my home, my kids have their own rooms, so you don't know what they're doing in there. I know a lot of times that I go in there, they're FaceTiming with their friends. They're playing video games. They're looking at videos. And I've walked in before, multiple occasions, and they were doing things that were inappropriate. And so if I didn't walk in, I would have never known, because of course they're not going to tell me. And so we have to understand there's two things. A lot of parents, I'm guilty as charged. We will speak to our children about what our parents did and how our parents raised us and the things that we could do and the things that we couldn't do. And when we do that, we speak right into the ear of our kids, and it goes right out the other. Like, we lose them because it's not even relevant to their lives. They live in the age of technology, whereas when we were brought up, we weren't brought up in the age of technology. And so we held a lot more common sense. These kids today, if it doesn't happen on the cell phone, don't happen on the tablet, if it's not in social media, it's not relevant to them, because they're validated by these devices. When I take these devices away from my children, automatically they're bored, they're upset, they're in a bad mood, because they feel like their life has been taken, their livelihood, their social interaction has been taken from them. And the way I look at it is like, okay, you have a TV in your room, you can go outside, you got friends down the street, next door, but that's not even an option to them, because their first option are these devices. And so there has to be a balance. Yes, we did grow up differently as parents, but we have to understand where they're coming from and how their day-to-day is totally different than ours. But at the same time, we have to monitor their cell phone and tablet usage. And so the Bible says, train up a child in the way that he or she shall go. Same thing. Just like we monitor with that walker, we have to monitor with these cell phones and these tablets. Monitor, ration. Speak to them about what they're watching. See where they're coming from. Don't just judge them. And then give them the knowledge and the understanding that goes with what you're doing, the rationing out, the time concern. You have to tell them why you are doing what you are doing. All right, so that is my video on cell phones and tablets, distraction or dominated advantage. Thank you.